Chelcie Lynn. She has a character named Trailer Trash Tammy. She has the viral podcast, and we're big fans over here. Let's give her a warm welcome from Trash Tuesday.
Woo! Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank y'all for having me, and I'm ready to get trashy.
My favorite videos of you are with Paige, and that when she's like laid on her stomach and she farts out the powder.
What?
You've
Esther,
never seen that?
You don't follow her?
I do, but I haven't seen that.
Oh, yeah.
Nothing will bring you more joy in this lifetime. I watch that thing before I sleep every night.
Oh, my God. That was, that's one of my favorite videos we've ever done. And we've done a couple where she's farted out powder.
Right. And I think she's just a professional like gas machine.
Oh, dude. She knows what foods to eat before. If we know we're going to do a fart powder video, she has a lineup of what to eat. And surprisingly, tomatoes is on there.
Oh, tomatoes is horrible for your gut. That's why.
What?
I could fart out some powder. I could fart out some blood if I eat tomato.
Oh God. Yeah. So thank you. That's that one was, we filmed that at the height of the pandemic. You know, when like they had different levels of like businesses were closing. If it was level, I don't even care. I can't even remember what it was. If it was level green, everything was closed. So we wanted to do like a spoof of that, like a news spoof. We couldn't get through it. We were laughing so hard. And she wanted to redo it. And I said, absolutely not. We're posting that. And it went kind of viral. So yeah.
Can you pull it up, Carlos, so Esther can see
There
it?
seems to be multiple.
There's many.
It's, I think it's pinned to my Instagram.
Okay.
That may be the quickest way to find it. But yeah, you gotta watch. You gotta watch it. And people always ask us about the powder. We get it from Party City.
Oh, shout out Party City.
And I don't know what it's for. It's just colored baby powder. I will literally.
Here we go.
That's it.
Oh my God. Oh my, it's already better than I could have imagined.
And she's so hot too.
Wait. Okay, this is art. Like, I genuinely feel like this is what art should be. You're like creatively expressing yourselves and it's bringing joy. What else does art, what else could art do?
It elicits a really big emotion out of me. And I think it's like, you have the Maria Abramovich and they do these really big performance art installations. But that to me is the winner.
And she sells fart art where she will fart powder on a canvas. And she sells it.
This is like, okay, I feel like this is a technique that you guys should be licensing out to hot girls on TikTok so that they can then like, you should sell the powder to them and then they fart it out and they sell it to horny men.
Yes. But there she is doing a fart art right there. And this is Paige Jen. She's my best friend. She does the podcast with me, the Valor podcast. And
There it is. Yes.
And she will gloss it up with, she'll make it all nice and stuff. And she will sell those motherfuckers.
Carlos, I've never seen you fist pump the air.
He's excited.
But it's
just too funny.
It's great.
So cute.
Yeah.
It's the way it could.
It's great, dude.
Like, I'll be honest, when you guys start talking about farting out powders, I'm like, okay, I'm a little skeptical. But then you see it and you're like, oh, this is like human expression at its kind of like most unique form.
Farting out powders. Oh my God. And we're grown ass women in our 30s, dude.
That's the best. That's the best.
Oh my God.
That's all the comments we get about this show. They're like, these girls are pushing 40 and
We love that.
What the fuck are they doing?
It's like we figured it out. We're just not insecure in our 20s, so we're doing whatever we want.
Yes.
It's like this is the best time of our lives.
And if you're a listener and you're in your 20s, get started now.
Yeah.
Don't wait for some type of like green light to get started on the fart art.
I love that. Just start farting.
Yeah, be free.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp.
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online, plus it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It couldn't be simpler.
No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/trashtuesday. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/
Trash Tuesday.
Thank you to our sponsor, Next Evo. The holidays are not all sleigh bells and mistletoe. They're also airports, shopping malls, and dining tables crowded with people. Some you're glad to only see once a year.
Get Smarter CBD from Next Evo Naturals and get up to 25% off subscription orders of $40 or more at nextevo.com/podcast, promo code Trash Tuesday.
That's nextevo.com/podcast, promo code
Trash Tuesday.
This holiday season, if you're looking for a unique gift that inspires curiosity, travel, and culture, give the gift of Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app that's sold more than 10 million subscriptions.
Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Trash Tuesday. That's babbel.com/Trash Tuesday for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient-reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them.
Go to ZocDoc.com/trash and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/trash, ZocDoc.com/trash. Hi guys, I am going to be doing stand-up in Phoenix, January 6th and 7th. You can get tickets at EstherOnIce.com and also check out my solo show, My Pleasure. It's available wherever you listen to your podcasts.
Sluggies, Insannies, Stannies, Orphans, whatever you're called. My new solo podcast is up, Annie Wood. You can check it out every Tuesday after Trash Tuesdays. It comes out at noon on my YouTube channel, Annie Letterman. Go, we've been live chatting. It's been so fun. Also, I am on the road. I am having the best time seeing all of you guys. You can see me next this New Year's. I'm going to be in Vegas, December 30th and 31st at Wise Guys. It's just absolute heaven. I cannot wait to party with you guys. I'm going to be at Flappers in Burbank, January 7th for one night. You can see me in Wisconsin, Florida, and Canada, and a lot more dates are coming. So go to annieletterman.com/shows to check those out. I cannot wait to meet you.
My sister who's in town from the Philippines told me something really crazy yesterday or last night. So my teeth, I have gaps in my teeth. And they're starting to kind of push out a little bit. So I'm going to be Michael Strahan in about 3 months.
Oh my God, lucky.
And so now I'm like, oh my God, like, should I call an orthodontist? Because there's a certain level of gap that I'm comfortable with. And she goes, oh, she's like, don't even do that. Let it gap out completely. Because she was like, my sister-in-law did this. Her teeth shifted so far apart that instead of buying braces, all she could afford was an extra tooth. So she put a single tooth right in the middle of where the gap was.
Stop! That's fucking genius.
God. So this woman just rolls around with just a giant tooth in the middle, just one tooth.
That feels more alien presenting than like having a gap. That's so scary.
Oh my
But also
God.
so funny.
Oh, that's great. That's amazing.
Oh, God. So should I?
Please. I'm serious. That's fucking awesome.
I feel like that is also performance art.
It is. I would love to see you go more in the direction of like, let that gap spread open and just like have it be an expression of like horniness. Like, I'm open, I'm ready. Like, it's, you know, like it will make guys think that like, you know.
They can fit their wiener in between.
Yeah.
Wait, did Madonna fix her gap?
I think Madonna, the story with her is that she fixed it and regrets fixing it. Or is that Lady
such
Gaga?
a signature
Yeah.
look, right?
Yeah.
She's slaying on TikTok.
She really is. What are your thoughts on her body modifications?
She looks great. No, people are like, the comments are just dragging her like, what the hell? I think it's hilarious.
I think
she doesn't
so
give
too.
a fuck.
Yeah, who cares at that point?
She doesn't give a fuck.
This is sort of like the existential crisis that I've been having this week, which is like, I feel like at 8 a.m. I drink an almond milk latte and I'm like, I am smart and I have things to say. And then like at 10 o'clock at night, I take a weed gummy and I'm like, oh my God, I'm the most, everything I think and say is embarrassing. I hate myself. It's like, why am I trying? I should just like hide forever. And I feel like the ideal is to just land at a place like Madonna where you're just doing whatever you want. You don't judge it. You don't care. Let everyone fucking have their ideas about you. Like, how is that not the best option?
Well, then let me have my one front tooth, Esther.
Fine.
Yes, I agree with you though. Honestly, that's the way to do it.
I actually feel like I need advice from you guys. Like, if I am in a mode where I feel insecure and I'm like reading like I don't know, I'm like reading a Reddit that's making fun of people and like I start to feel embarrassed about my thoughts and the things I share. Like, what would your advice be to me?
I'm a big like glass half full person. And for me, if I see a negative comment or someone be like, that's not funny, you're stupid, whatever, man, I put that in the back of my head and I think about the hundreds of comments from people that are like, oh my God, that was hilarious. That made my fucking day. Like you have to think about that instead of, I guess just rewire what your brain thinks is important, I guess.
Yeah.
Because, a negative comment's it literally means nothing to me when I have 1,000 great comments.
Right.
So you just have to think about that.
Yeah.
That's a little cheesy, but it's true.
No, I like that.
Yeah.
Because you do seem like a very positive, uplifting person. Like you're just about spreading joy and like nothing else really, what else matters, right?
Exactly.
And Chelcie, you didn't have it easy growing up either.
Oh, hell no. Oh, hell
You had
no.
a really rough upbringing.
Yeah. Parents were meth heads. I grew up in a trailer house. I grew up in poverty. And a lot of people say like, oh, we were poor growing up. I'm like, no, you weren't. You had a trampoline, bitch. You were doing good. Okay. I grew up, our trailer house had just big holes in the floor that we would have to like hop over.
Wait, weren't there snakes that lived in this hole?
Well, in the summer we would put plywood over it because there's snakes everywhere in Oklahoma, so they wouldn't come up. And oh gosh, I remember honestly when I was really young, I got taken away when I was 12 to go live with my grandma. But before that, when I was with my parents, they would be gone for days at a time when I was like 6, 7, 8 years old and no food in the house. I would literally have to go around the neighborhood and knock on the door and be like, and I had 2 little sisters. I'm the oldest of 3 and be like, do you guys have any food? Like that was so it's hard for me. I always think shit could be worse. Yeah. Life could be worse. It's hard for me to like focus on the negatives when I'm like, bro, like it could just be worse.
That is such an incredible perspective that you've been given because of that. Like, you're so right. Like, how could anything be that bad if that's like what you had to deal with as a 6-year-old?
Especially if your basic needs are not met.
Right.
So it's like, of all the things, like food, clothing, shelter, like if you don't even have that, like what else could you even be like upset about,
That's what I'm saying. And like my parents weren't like abusive to us, but we were abused in a neglect way, in that way.
Well, because neglect is abuse.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I think that's why I'm so like just, I'm not really like a body positive influencer or anything, but I just live it. And people are always like, how are you so like, and not even just big girls. I will have thin girls come up to me and be like, how are you so confident? How do I get that? And I'm like, bro, how could I, as a 13-year-old girl, be worried about cellulite when I was worried about surviving? You think I was worried about, oh my God, I have a roll. That was the least fucking thing. That was so far back in my mind, that did not even matter. So that's kind of a blessing in disguise to me, because the whole, like, how teenage girls just struggle with their body. I never went through that. I was trying to live, I never went through any of that. So I've always just been, like I don't know. It's just hard for me to be negative about myself when it's just shit like that's not important.
Right.
Wow.
You know?
Yeah. No,
We just got serious on this pod.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of times, like, there are people that I see in my life that just feel like I want to model after. I have a friend named Marianne who's very similar to you. Just had, like, when I knew her growing up, she lived under the bleachers of the I trained every day in this swim because I was a swimmer, and they had bleachers on the side, and she lived underneath the bleachers. I'm still friends with her to this day. And when I look at her, she just has a big joy about her and this, like, just zest for life. And that's very similar to you. And I always, like, it is such a grounding feeling to be around her, because I'm like, dude, shit doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Like, this bitch is happy. Like, she is just raring to go. And I really I look up to that.
Yeah.
I look up to that. I look up to that when I'm having my little first world meltdowns over some shit that doesn't matter. And not to say that I'm like invalidating, like, my own feelings, because any problem, small or big, is a problem if you feel it, right? But still, it does give you perspective, and it kind of shakes you out of whatever fucking tantrum you want to throw that day about some petty shit,
Exactly.
you know?
Damn, I just wonder, like, how is it that so many people, more so I think, tend to default to, like, they put the bad things that they had to go through in this category of, like, why this happened to me and now I'm screwed, and like Carlos and I were talking about this a little bit yesterday, like, you go into a loop of, like, blame, and that will just, like, completely derail your life, and you almost, like, lose control over it because you're just so focused on blaming these bad circumstances. Like, I'm so guilty of, I think, like, everyone does it to varying degrees, and I'm like, how do you like become this version instead? Like, that's so remarkable to me.
I've thought about that
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
Because my life could have gone a big time different direction.
Was there ever a point where you were like, oh fuck, like, I'm not doing well, I'm coping poorly, and I'm turning to things that are, like, unhealthy? Or were you always just like...
No, I distinctively remember I was about 10 years old. We were living in Sulphur, Oklahoma, and right beside the Oklahoma School of the Deaf. I don't know why I remember that, but I was on the front porch, and I literally remember this, and I think about it all the time. I remember, I don't think my mom had been home in like a week. Don't know where she was. And I remember just looking around and going, this ain't going to be my life. Nope. I'm going to live a good life. I'm going to live a happy life. Whatever has been going on, the last 10 years, my whole life, not going to be me. I remember thinking that at 10 years old.
Wow.
And that just stuck with me so hard in pretty much every, like, major decision I've ever made. You know, I truly thought that as a little kid, this ain't going to be me. Nope.
It's so interesting. It's like you made a decision then and there, and then, like, because of that decision, all of your actions, like, were in alignment from then on with that decision. Like, that's almost like exactly what manifesting is. I know that word is hoo-hoo, haha, whatever, but
yeah,
it's like you decided and then you take action.
Exactly.
That's cool. Maybe I'm just in, like, a need for uplifting today, and that's why I'm directing the conversation this way. But, like, I just feel very inspired by you. You have, like, such a warm, like, happy energy.
Oh, honeys, thank you. You're gonna make me tear up here. Damn, thank you. I appreciate that.
Please adopt me.
Yeah.
What does your shirt say?
Oh God, I had to wear it for you guys.
I'm seeing just the word boner, and it's making me so happy right now.
And was like, this is the shirt I'm wearing on the pod.
I have explosive diarrhea and a boner.
That's my.
That is this show. That is all this show is.
I was looking through my closet. I was packing. I was like, what am I going to wear on the pod? And I was like, yep.
We're just cum dumb sluts.
Same.
I know you are.
Same.
That's why I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah.
'Cause you don't hold back.
No.
You like to talk about fucking, coming real hard, all of the things.
I love it. Two of my favorite topics. Right?
Me too.
I love it. And dude, people are so, oh my gosh, like, I've been doing this. I've been doing the whole social media thing for almost probably 9 years now. And it has not gotten easier with people being like, oh, that's inappropriate. That's, you shouldn't say, fuck you, man. Like oh my God. And my stand up is even better. I love it.
I just think you fuck real good. When I look at you, I'm like, that's a bitch who fucks good.
Oh my God, that was the nicest thing you ever said to me.
I'm saying it with my whole chest too.
Oh my God. I am horny.
Me too.
I'm not even kidding. I'm horny 24/7 that my husband hates me. It's bad. I'm not even kidding.
So what do you ask for if he's just like, I cannot fuck you right now?
That's him 24/7. I can't. And we've been together for God 16, 17 years.
Yeah.
And it really hasn't, I'd love a fresh piece, I'm not but I just stay horny and I don't know what it is. And I just talk about it. I masturbate a lot. I talk about that.
Yeah.
Dude, this is mind blowing. Because when I post shit, I don't expect it to do anything for people. I'm just posting shit because I'm fucking dumb. You know what I mean?
You're expressing yourself.
Yeah, I'm just whatever. And I post about masturbating a lot or whatever, which, is probably a lot to a lot of people. But I have had.
It's never enough. Not for me.
I mean, I literally will get messages. People at shows come up to me. Like, oh my God. I've had women come up to me crying, being like, Chelcie, I have been like ashamed that I keep it a secret. I tell people I don't. Mm-hmm. I've been so that's such a big thing for women.
It really is. I remember being really feeling such dread and shame the first time I stuck a toothbrush up my pussy when I was in high school, because that's all that was available. And it was like the bristle end
perfume
too.
Bottles.
What?
I'm not kidding. Go ahead.
Mine just seems so not fun. But I remember because I grew up in a very Catholic nation. And even though my family was the women in my family were very vocal about sex, you just don't really talk about masturbating. Mm-mm. And it's like, there I was just 15 and horny, and the toothbrush looked like a great solution at that time. But I remember coming and then feeling like, what have I done? And then I wrote in my journal, dear God, please forgive me, because I thought it was a sin.
Mm-hmm. That pussy was clean.
It was cleaned out.
You clean that thing out.
Well, it's I feel like this all goes back to my new platform, which is being anti-capitalism, which that we never are taught or encouraged to have female pleasure, because all that matters is a man goes inside of us, and then we raise children that will work it in our country. And so there's just no acknowledgement that we even should or get to have joy and fun from sex.
Right. But the way I talk to my nieces now, who are 14 and 21, every day it's a reminder. It's you come good, you come hard, and you make his job is to make you come. Don't forget that. Tattoo that shit on your arm. I come first.
Dude, I asked my nieces a couple weeks ago, I was like, you guys humping your pillows yet? They were like, what? No. One of them got all weird, and I go, bro, look at her face. You're humping your pillows. She got so embarrassed. I go, she's the one that started.
I love that.
Oh
but let's go back to perfume bottles.
Okay.
Because I want to know which perfume bottles you had.
Was, I don't know if y'all have heard of this brand, but it's real big in the South. Brighton.
I got to see this. Can you pull that up?
It's really big, and you may even find the perfume bottle. It's really, a lot of older Southern women wear Brighton jewelry, and they have that's the bottle right there. That's it. And it had Live, Laugh, Love on it. That's the bottle. Stuck that in me. That was the very first thing I ever
which end? Which end? The round end?
Yep.
That's a great
And I didn't
bottle,
get more than the lid in there because I was scared, Yeah. But I stuck it in there.
Do you think there's any connection to why you like to wear a lot of perfume to this day?
Yes.
Is it a very intimate?
I never thought about that, but you're probably right.
That's your first sort of experience.
It's the first
with
penis
pleasure.
you had.
You're probably right, but that was it. It had Live, Laugh, Love on it. I'll never forget that. But yeah, I talk about it a lot. And if I'll do like a Q&A on Instagram and somebody says, how do you, relax? I'm like, I'll rub one out. Like I just, because it's the truth. And one of my best friends since childhood, she was raised in a very religious household. And God, she told me not too long ago, she had told me her whole life that she'd never masturbated, never once. And I kept saying, that is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. And she came to me not too long ago and she was like, Chelcie, I just got to tell you, like, I've been masturbating this whole time. And I'm like, you lied to me? She goes, I had so much shame.
What?
From the way she was raised. And she goes, and I know that I know you and we're like best friends, but she goes, just like watching your Instagram has like changed my life and my mind about that. And I get that all the time. Mm-hmm. And here I am thinking, I'm just talking about rubbing one out, but it's true. That just goes to show like the shit we post that we think is like not a big deal is a big deal to a lot of people, which is wild.
This is like the thing that I feel like I'm continually learning. It's like the more I share, even though I feel some shame and like embarrassment about it sometimes when I'm really high, but the more I share, the more I feel like I'm really deeply connecting with others on like a human level. And the more I'm reminded that we're all the same and having like a human experience. And I'm like, at least there's that. Yeah. Like, at least there's that. At least it's not just me, And
I would much rather present myself as a walking disaster of a human than anything else.
Yes.
Because truly, my biggest fear is that I ever present as a put together adult, because I certainly don't feel that way day to day. And if anyone ever comes up to me and says, hey, you just you look like you know how to do it, I'd be so disappointed in myself. I'm like, because I don't know how to do shit. I just know that coming feels good, and I talk about that a lot.
Yeah.
That's it.
No, I love that. You're not fake or trying to pretend that, your life's perfect. And that's, a lot of people on social media are like that.
Yeah.
Not us.
I wouldn't be jack shit if I didn't have therapy in my life.
Same.
Like therapy we've talked about this a lot. It's like, made me a person that focuses on solutions and not problems. It's made me a person that can sit with my feelings and not just act on them. Like therapy has done so much for me that nothing else could have ever done for me.
It's the most self-loving thing that I do in my life. Even if I'm not necessarily having a challenging week, even just a check-in with someone who I know has good insight or tools to help you, even with small things that you don't necessarily think. I'm like, wait, I think I can handle this. But no, just checking in with a professional, it really just sort of cleans the windshield a little bit.
Yeah. It helps you get out of the feelings of things and just be able to look at what is happening, observe it with someone that can help you pick out patterns and stuff that you
And these therapists are trained to help you figure out the cause of challenging emotions and learn productive coping skills.
As the world's largest therapy service, BetterHelp has matched 3 million people with professionally licensed and vetted therapists, available 100% online. Plus, it's affordable. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to match with a therapist. If things aren't clicking, you can easily switch to a new therapist anytime. It really could not be simpler.
No waiting rooms, no traffic, no endless searching for the right therapist. Learn more and save 10% off your first month at betterhelp.com/Trash Tuesday. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/
Trash Tuesday. Look, I have trouble sleeping. I get hyper after my sets. I'm so hyper. When I get home from the Comedy Store or when I'm on the road, my body is exhausted. My brain is wide awake, and I am not interested in any THC anymore. I am all CBD. Next Evo is changing the game for me.
I totally relate to that. And I totally agree. That feeling of not being able to sleep, I really need something to relax me. And also for the holidays, I love my family. I am so excited to see them, but that doesn't mean it doesn't come with anxiety, tension, stress, all these things creep up. And I need to be armored with protection, and that's why I'm bringing a Next Evo CBD with me.
And Next Evo is awesome because it's fast absorbing. It's fast acting. It absorbs. It's just
Well, I know what you're talking about. Next Evo Smart Sorb technology delivers CBD to your system in as little as 10 minutes, unlike other CBD brands. And regular CBD oil, it works more slowly because of how our bodies process oil-based ingredients compared to water-soluble supplements. So there's like science and facts as to why we like this.
Right. And their complex gummies are clinically proven to have 4 times better absorption than standard CBD. No other CBD brand can promise that. Get smarter CBD from Next Evo Naturals and get up to 25% off subscription orders of $40 or more at nextevo.com/podcast, promo code Trash Tuesday.
That's nextevo.com/podcast, promo code Trash Tuesday.
So I also want to point out that the CBD complex gummies that they have feature ashwagandha, which is clinically proven to reduce stress by 70%. So ashwagandha and CBD together is like, that's where it's at.
Yeah, stress is over, guys. We're done with it, right?
Yeah.
We don't want to do that anymore. It's leaking your power. You need tools to help you just chill and relax. This is the stuff.
Chelcie, I want to say that I know that you had it rough upbringing because both of your parents were meth heads and there was neglect. But I want to ask you about this form of abuse that I suffered when I was younger. I was a swimmer, so we would swim twice a day, every day since I was like 8 years old. But my mom, I just had this memory that my mom would make us swim through lightning storms. So like we didn't have, like it was an outdoor pool and it would be like a full blown electrical storm. And then she would look at the sky and then we would be like, Ma, should we get out the water? And she'd be like, no, you're good. And for 2 hours, we would just like hear like the thunder and we were just praying that it wouldn't strike the water.
Okay, there is something kind of cool about that. Like, your mom is so badass. So that is crazy.
God.
She's like, if my kid turns to powder, you know that movie? Like, fuck it.
You'll come out as farts later.
Oh my gosh.
But then isn't that like an insane way to parent?
To put fear in you like that, like I could die at any minute.
Well, she was playing God. She was just like, I think, no, we're good. Like, she was sure it wasn't going to hit the water.
Oh my gosh.
Look, I have to say this. Do you want to grow up as and become an Esther? Like, your mom did something right. Like, I am so scared of my own shadow. And I feel like if I had had that experience, I would be braver and like better for it. But I might be speaking so out of turn and totally wrong because clearly it's
I'm
trauma.
terrified.
Yeah.
God, I don't know what
Sorry.
she was trying to do, man. I don't know. Was she hoping for some lightning? I don't know. Damn.
What was she rooting for?
There was a part of me, she always wanted boys. And there's a part of me that truly thinks like, sometimes I thought as a child, I was like, I think she wants us dead.
Damn.
I think that, you know, she's just praying for just one bolt to hit me right at the top of my head.
As soon as you said that story, that's what I was thinking. Damn. Do you have a good relationship with her now?
I do.
Yeah.
She's a completely different person.
That's good.
Than
You should straight up ask her, were you trying to kill us back then? No, she
probably would say yes.
That's why.
Well, okay, so having that experience, like, how do you think, like, swimming in like being very scared you're about to be struck by lightning, like, what has that done to you?
You want to touch my armpits? Like, even talking about it, like, I'm sweating. It's just, it's one of those things that, like, you know, like, you can intellectualize all of the bad things that happen to you, and you can even put a positive spin to it. But it doesn't mean it's not going to find its way into the way your body acts. Like, your brain can be fully accepting of all the situations, but sometimes your body just reacts in ways you don't understand. And I think that's where the lightning storm comes in, where it's like, why am I, you know, in the middle of Disneyland and I'm having a panic attack? And I'm like, oh, because my mom made me swim through lightning storms. Like, you just don't know how it's going to present in your body, I think.
Yeah, that's scary. And I hear you. Like, there are things that you don't know why they're happening, but like, you also are kind of like, oh, okay, well, I just saw this thing that was like, childhood trauma. It was in a TED Talk. Like, childhood trauma is like, your doctor should be asking you about it because it could like take 20 years off your life. Like, it's actually this like a serious health condition. And I'm like, well, fuck. Like, I don't know anyone who hasn't had any like some form of childhood trauma. Like, who had I don't know. Who had like
Perfect childhood.
Carlos, did you have a good childhood?
Yeah, I had a great childhood.
Oh, okay. So
That's
maybe-
why he eats hookers out.
Okay.
That is like such a powerful move.
I know you bring it up every episode.
It turns me
wild.
on.
That's
It
wild.
really like I
I've
really
never heard of
like
anyone doing that.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
He's such a great guy.
I wanted them to have a good time
What-
too.
Wow, what a cool dude.
I almost want to get I come second. on my arm. If you're getting I come first, I'll go. I got
That's
second.
great.
Wait, should I be third?
We all know, Esther, you're never gonna be third in any situation.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We talk about sometimes about like a pillow princess era and just like, just being a receiver in bed. Do you ever identify as that?
I've identify or do I live that or hell no. I have to.
Active participant.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I could never just lay there and just be the one getting it all. Hell no.
Okay, so I've been an active participant my whole life, and I'm really inspired by Esther's like pillow princess nature. And so now I'm trying to enter that phase in my life where I'm just like, I just want to sit back and receive, but I'm having trouble. Like
Yeah.
it really is hard for me. I'm an athlete. You know?
Yeah. You want to hop on that thing
I do.
and get to riding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to put some work in?
Yeah.
I do. It's like I want to burn calories. I want to sweat a little bit. Like let me earn this cum,
That's funny.
Oh my God, I was recently talking to this actress and she was telling me like how when she was younger, she like if she needed to like lose a little weight, she would just start hooking up with guys because she was such an active sexual partner. Like that was how she like got her fitness in.
Got her heart rate up.
Yeah.
Sweat.
Yeah.
Burned a sweat.
I was like, is that the ultimate hot girl workout plan?
Dude, that's great.
Yeah.
That's better than going for a jog.
Yeah.
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 That's awesome.
Spreading joy, like making people happy. I don't know.
Chelsea, when you've been with someone for 16 years, like what are the conversations like around sex? Like you always joke about like, oh, I would absolutely like have a fresh piece, but
Mm-hmm.
like
I feel like we don't talk about it much anymore. I'm like the one that's like, hey, you want a threesome? He's like, no. And I'm like, hey, you want to try this toy? And he's like very vanilla, not into anything. And I'm like the one that's like, let's like get wild and do something. Like, let's swap with somebody or let's use this toy or whatever. And he is the complete opposite. So I feel like it used to be not a fight, but it almost used to be like a frustration. And now I just realize that that's who he is and this is who I am. So it's chill now. But it used to be more of a conversation, more of a frustration. But God, we've been together so long. It's not anymore. So we don't even talk about it anymore. Honestly, I know he does not want a threesome. He does not want to swap. He does not want a cock ring. So I just let it be.
well, I just learned from Esther that the symbol for swingers is pineapple.
Yes. Do you know this?
I knew this. Yeah. Upside down pineapple, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Have you ever come across it or been like approached?
Mm-mm.
No.
Not with the pineapple.
No.
No, but I put like I did know that, and I put a pineapple wallpaper in my office without like knowing, because it does have to be upside down.
I didn't know that.
But this was just pink pineapples, and I thought it was cute. Oh, it sent an uproar on Instagram. People
No.
messaging me like, I knew you guys were swingers. Like, I'm like, chill out. I have heard that though.
Whoa.
Like if you have your pineapple upside down in the grocery store, that means another swinger can approach you and you guys can give each other information, and then y'all will hook up with, yeah.
I like cannot, that's so small town to me to like picture like you're finding your swingers at the grocery store. Like that's inspiring me to want to like meet people at Whole Foods Silver Lake.
Yeah.
Like I just want to make new friends.
Well, apparently they do that at cruise ships too, where they put the sign on their doors so they know like who's swinging and who's not, and you know whose door to knock on if you want to switcheroo.
I feel like also this stuff may have been like old school. People now just hop on websites.
That's true.
Yeah, but I have been on that website and I do not like it.
Why?
Any like, I think it's called
Swap Finder.
no, it's like it used to be Thrinder,
Mm.
but then now
yeah.
it's
And it's just couples on there.
yeah, it's the one told me about it. It's where she's had like successful like threesomes with people.
Right, where she was wasn't she a third, or did she bring a third in?
I think if you're the third, they call you the unicorn, right?
I have heard that.
Right,
Yes, because apparently that's rare
right,
to find a good third.
right.
So you're like a unicorn. I have heard
Oh,
that.
that's kind of fun.
Hmm.
But I've been on it, and it's so limited. I almost feel like going to the grocery store and just flipping the pineapple is the ultimate way,
Well-
especially at Erewhon.
Oh, when I go to the grocery store, I'm looking. I am just to see if it's and I have yet to see an upside down pineapple.
What about if it's a can of pineapple?
Ooh, I don't know. That might be hard to spot. You can spot a pineapple a mile away, but I am honestly looking because I want to know. Like, does this still happen? Haven't seen it.
Wow.
I know it's a real thing.
I am now just like, is it bad that sometimes me and Dave call Donut our third? Like, is she our unicorn?
I mean, she does come in for the deep mouth kisses, right?
Yeah, my
Donut's her
dog.
Oh my,
She's
she's the third.
Yeah.
If y'all are making out, yeah, she's the third. That's cute.
Is it? Is it okay?
It is. Oh, I think making out with dogs is fine.
Yeah, okay, good.
I'm a big make out with dogs
Same.
person.
I know that people are weirded out about it because of what,
They
like
are.
freaking parasites. It's like that's a small price to pay. Diarrhea is a small price to pay for me feeling my dog's love.
I agree.
Agree.
Right?
Wholeheartedly.
People are
agree.
repulsed by it. I
Oh, yeah.
posted a video of my dog Gobi kissing my mouth while I was singing like an ABBA song, and people were upset, like really genuinely upset.
Oh, I know.
It's so
I kiss
weird.
my dogs all the time. My dogs aren't really tongue dudes, but I will just, oh my God, I
You
will
tongue them.
I will borderline smother them. And when I feel them needing air, that's when I give up. But I will just hold, my dogs are real little, and I'll just hold them and just kiss until they're fighting for air. Love dog kisses.
Me too. I feel like that is like my most raw form of joy, is just like the moments with my dog. Like, what else in life is important, or is I don't know. That's when I feel
Nothing.
like a human creature having the full experience.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm obsessed with my dogs.
Yeah.
They're mama's world. I could sit here and talk about them for an hour, dude. Like, they are mama's world. So I get it, dude. I get it.
How many do you have?
I've got two. They're real little, Tilly and Gary.
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 That's a great name for a dog.
He's a Japanese Chin. And they're both real little. I mean, Gary's like that big. Tilly's like that big. And their mama's everything. But dude, and I don't have kids, and I don't plan on having kids. And people always ask me, are you going to get a third dog? And I'm like, hell no.
Why?
They are a full-time job.
They really are.
Tilly's easy. Tilly, I don't have to mess with, don't have to care for. Gary is like watching a toddler. And that solidified that I don't want kids, I think, getting Gary. Big time. So they're a lot, dude. Having dogs, it's a lot.
I have 4. So
Woo!
and all 4 were like unadoptables. They came from like
Oh.
rescues, and they were dogs that just had a hard time being placed in homes because they either had a behavioral issue. And so full-time job it is.
Oh,
Yeah.
bless your heart. That's sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 of them, oh my gosh. Couldn't do it. Barely handle 2.
When I was locked up in a psychiatric hospital as a teenager, there was an adult area. There was like where the teenagers were, and there was an area that had like more minors in it. And there was a kid there who was 8 years old who was nonverbal, but she wasn't nonverbal because of a learning disability. She was nonverbal because her mother or her parents raised her like a dog. I know this is a touchy subject for you, Esther, but kept her in like a dog shed in the back, leashed and everything. And I remember hearing that story and thinking like, geez, like my upbringing. So what about the lightning storms? Like,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah. Which goes back to exactly what I was saying. Like, bro, it could be so much worse.
Yeah.
It could. And I've heard of, it might have been that same story. I have heard of that.
That is crazy. Does that bring up feelings for you, Esther?
Well,
Of jealousy.
No, well, because she was a dog for a part of her life.
Oh, I know. She's jealous that
Oh,
she
yeah.
wasn't raised.
I, as a child, identified as a dog named Jacob, and I really wanted to be a dog.
I'm
And
trying to laugh, but they're laughing over there, so it's making me laugh.
no,
Okay.
it's good to laugh.
Okay.
And I've noticed that years later in my adult life that it's kind of coming up again. And I'm like, I really do want to sort of be like somewhere between like a dog and an inanimate object, like is sort of a safe place for me.
For how long?
You know,
when you were a dog.
I was probably only a dog for less than a year when I
Okay.
was little. You know,
Full time or like in between schools or
I'm
I'm being serious.
Yo.
Okay.
I think like mostly full time. I would bite people. I would only eat off of the floor.
And you're so tiny now. I imagine you being so little.
I was a small
You were
dog.
like the teacup dog.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
Thank you for that. But it is, I don't know why as a child I wanted to be a dog. I think I just met a dog and wanted to become it. And now, okay, is it this, because I talk about this in my stand-up, like, is it that crazy though to want, as like a 34-year-old woman, to want to a little bit be treated like a dog? Do you guys get what I'm saying?
There's pup play. Pup play is a real thing.
That is a thing.
Yeah. Pup
Like-
play is where they dress up and they really, really take on the spirit of a dog. And it's very sexual,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe you can do pup play, but more just in your real life, like a furry.
Mm.
I don't think anything's weird.
Mm.
And I'm being serious. Like, if you're like, you know, so if it makes somebody happy and you're not hurting people, I don't think anything's weird.
I
If
like
you want to
that.
get a collar and I'll fucking walk you out in the parking lot, you know, like, I think you should do it. Whatever makes you happy, for real. People do weirder shit, man.
Like what?
Oh God. People call into our podcast. We take calls from people and shit sometimes is so wild. Like we can't even play a call, man. Like people do the weirdest shit. We had a lady call in and she was like, I found out my brother, his wife called me and was like, I have to tell you, like, your brother, she like, I think had to tell her because she had to tell somebody, your brother loves to put soap bars up his butthole and just keep them in there. And I guess just push them out when he's done.
Wait,
Like
this
people just do weird shit.
that I can kind of understand because maybe there's some type of like Freudian thing happening there because I know that the anal stage is real and maybe that was not properly handled when he was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
But
Wait, the anal stage, what are you talking about?
there is like anal, like it's you could pull it up, the Freudian stages. The anal stage in Freudian psychology is a period of human development occurring at about 1 to 3 years of age. Around this age, a child begins to toilet train, which brings about the child's fascination in the erogenous zone of the anus. The erogenous zone is focused on the bowel and bladder control.
I cannot have kids. This is like too complicated. You have to deal with a kid becoming obsessed with their anus.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that.
But you know when parents are like, well, they don't remember anything between 1 and 3.
Yeah.
Just kidding. If you get that shit wrong, they're gonna stick soap bars up their
soap
assholes as adults.
Yeah.
But last night, my family and I brought all the mattresses to the living room, and because my mom wanted to watch Pretty Woman as a family, and then randomly Bobby comes through the living room, and he wants to ruin this perfectly sweet moment. He was like, Richard Gere? He was like, yeah, he puts gerbils up his asshole. And we were like, what? And is that like he says it's like an urban
I've heard
Yeah,
that.
famous urban myth, yeah.
that he did it
That-
or
Yeah.
that people do it.
That
No, that
Richard
Richard Gere
Gere
does it.
Yeah, I feel
Never
so
heard.
bad perpetuating this, but I have to ask, like, what does your mom act like or think like when Bobby Lee walks in the room and says that? Like, what does your mom think of you and that whole thing?
My mom and Bobby are two peas in a pod.
Of
No
course.
two people get along more.
Of
They
course.
just get each other. There's a language barrier. It doesn't matter. They're both fucking crazy.
I should have known.
Like, I upset my mom the other day and he completely sided with her. Yeah, he was like, "You're dumb. Go
Aw.
apologize." I'm like,
Yeah.
"What are you talking? She's my perpetrator." But
There actually is an origin to the Richard Gere story,
Oh God.
which is that Sly Stallone apparently made up a rumor on the 1974 film The Lords of the Flatbush, and the two actors got into a tiff over lunch one day, something about chicken grease, and they got in an argument, and this how it all started.
oh,
Yeah.
Me and Annie's biggest fight was about chicken grease as well.
really? How? Why?
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
This holiday season, if you are looking for like a unique gift that inspires curiosity, we all know that travel lover, people who are into culture, give the gift of Babbel. Babbel is the language learning app that has sold more than 10 million subscriptions, and thanks to Babbel's addictively fun and easy bite-sized language lessons, you'll finally be able to discover the wonder that comes with learning a new language.
I mean, as someone who's still trying to learn the English language, this is huge. Someone buy this for me for Christmas so I can learn English.
What I love with Babbel is that they have 10-minute lessons.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't take a whole day. It doesn't take a couple hours. They give it to you in like little fun bite-sized sessions.
And don't you find when you do learn a language, don't you feel like how disrespectful was I that I didn't even try to attempt to learn another language? It feels so good to be able to communicate with people when you go to another country. It feels so nice to be able to get around.
Yeah, and people really appreciate that. As someone who grew up in another country, I love it when people tried to learn the basics. Thank you. How are you? How much? Like, I love that effort. I think that goes a long way when you're traveling.
Don't learn how much first. Don't be rude.
Oh my God, you want to turn on an Italian man? Just be the little helpless American girl who only knows but a few words of Italian.
Only a 10-minute lesson or two.
Right now,
Sorry.
Right now, get up to 55% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Trash Tuesday. That's babbel.com/Trash Tuesday for up to 55% off your subscription. Babbel, language for life.
Does ZocDoc have a jingle? I feel like it should be like ZocDoc, ZocDoc. This is awesome. ZocDoc's the best, you guys, because how many times have you gone to a bad doctor and gone, I wish there was a freaking Yelp for this.
I have a tickle in my throat right now. Boy,
Ew.
did doctor.
I
Shield.
honestly don't feel great either.
I feel great
We
because
should-
I go to ZocDoc.
What I love about ZocDoc is that for so long, like, we've been reading reviews for restaurants, for food, for every other place but doctors where it's actually needed. And now
Yes.
with ZocDoc, you can search for a doctor that your insurance covers. You can search for a doctor with real patient reviews.
Mhm.
I don't know. That's just peace of mind to me.
I like a specific type of doctor. Like, you don't want to be too chatty. Like, don't get too friendly, doc, all right? We know we've had those before. But like, you want them to be like, you trust them, you know, they're actually listening to you. There's been so many doctors I've had that if I've just had to go to urgent care or something, they're so rude. I don't want to be like shamed when I go to the doctor for a cough.
ZocDoc is a free app that shows you doctors who are patient reviewed, take your insurance, and are available when you need them. On ZocDoc, you can find every specialist under the sun, whether you're trying to straighten your teeth, fix an achy back, get a mole checked out, anything, ZocDoc has you covered.
And ZocDoc's mobile app is as easy as ordering a ride to a restaurant or getting delivery to your house. Search, find, and book doctors with a few taps.
Go to ZocDoc.com/trash and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then start your search for a top-rated doctor today. Many are available within 24 hours. That's ZocDoc.com/trash. ZocDoc.com/trash.
Gosh, but I have heard people love to do weird shit, and I have heard that gerbil thing.
Mm-hmm.
People love to do that.
That one makes me sad because it's hurting an animal.
I agree,
Mm.
big time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Put anything in your butt. My dad told me at the ER that he would see just the craziest stuff in the world, and that like he said he couldn't even like talk to me when he would come home from work because he would see such insane stuff.
We
Like
had
animals, like rodents and stuff. Like
And this is what your dad has to do to buy you cotton citizen. How do you feel about that?
that was 20 years ago as an ER doctor.
Oh my gosh. We had somebody call into the pod, and she had said that she had caught her husband. I guess he had put a plunger up against the wall, and he was putting it in his ass.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I can't remember the call exactly what had happened, but somehow they needed to go to the ER.
Mm-hmm.
And he was mortified, and he told the doctor, instead of being like, yeah, I stuck it up my ass, which everybody knows that's what happened.
Yeah.
He told the doctor that he was walking across the room and tripped.
Landed.
And it landed in there. Literally, that's what he told. And she was embarrassed by that.
Yeah.
That's way more embarrassing than what actually happened.
Oh my God. Yeah. See, if guys were to just openly admit that ass play feels phenomenal, none of these ER visits would be necessary. Just
Exactly.
tell us you want stuff up there. I'll put stuff up there. Whatever it is you want. Yes. The answer is yes.
Wait, so guys
Exactly.
like ass play like a lot?
Yes.
Guys?
I haven't been with a guy. And even the most resistant ones, if I'm just like, hey, just relax. I need you to just take all of your preconceived whatever out the way. Just let me touch it a little bit and see if you like it. And it's usually a very lubed up finger, not to go in, but just to touch it.
Uh-huh.
And I'm like, be real with me. How does that feel? And the answer is always, that felt pretty good. Always.
Yeah.
It's such an erogenous zone.
This is very in line with this theory I have about you that there's a Venn diagram, and here is sex acts, and here is like being a medical professional. And you're in the middle. Like you are this like sexual medical experience for people.
It's like sexual ikigai.
Yeah.
And the calming voice, you're like, sit back.
Because it's kind of like no judgment.
Yeah.
Like, I just want to know, like, let's see. And if you don't like it, you don't like it. No big deal. I'll never touch you there again. But can I just try?
Let's just try it.
Yeah.
We're taking a banana break.
Yes, I need a banana break
I-
show.
Love this.
It's nothing sexual. It's just for
too.
potassium.
Yeah,
Actually, this-
just a snack.
Just a snack.
Just
This
to
one
fuel
has
up.
disease.
Yeah, but if it starts to resemble a perfume bottle, feel free.
Love me a banana.
Mm-hmm. I die without bananas.
Mm-hmm.
I live and die by this thing.
Do you like banana pudding?
I love anything banana.
But we kind of all at least agree that like the banana flavor Laffy Taffy was not.
That's my number one.
Okay, so you're one of those people.
That's the only one I like. Oh, the banana's so good.
It's so strange to me.
Oh, God, it's so good. That's my number one. Mm-hmm.
Which is the best one, Esther?
I think they all taste the same, except the banana just tastes weird. Like they're all good.
Because it's more of a synthetic banana
Yeah.
flavor, right?
Well, isn't banana? How do you recreate the flavor of a banana? Like I don't.
Or recreate a scent. How do you do that? You know, like they'll have like, I don't know, scent like candles. And like, I've always wondered that. How do you recreate scents and tastes? Don't know.
Chemists.
That's wild.
They're smart.
Yeah.
Science
Mm-hmm.
or something like that.
You not like banana sunnies?
Oh, I like to save mine and make it into a milkshake when I get home.
Smart.
I know that isn't like the intention of the banana break, but I'm Jewish, and so I'm doing it my way.
This is actually how they recreate fragrances. They put a sample into this machine right there that costs thousands of dollars. They break it down to its molecular level and their components, and then they recreate it synthetically.
Whoa.
Yeah.
So
it seems very
big time
complicated.
science stuff.
Yeah, it's like, I think it's a very serious thing.
That's why McDonald's French fries taste good, because
Yes.
of science.
Yeah, people are very against synthetic ingredients or synthetic like chemicals like put into their cosmetics and things like that. and everyone always pushes on the label, all natural this, natural that. I'm like, bitch, cyanide is natural. Like most poisonous things are natural. Like a lot of synthetic stuff is actually safer for consumption than all natural stuff, but people don't want to like, they're so hell bent on like what that labeling looks like. It's kind of this like weird brainwashing.
Especially skincare. Skincare is a big, people want all natural, but a lot of all natural skincare will break you the fuck out.
Me up. I have eczema. So things like peppermint fucks me up. Like a lot of things, and also highly toxic for animals too. Like you can't just have like peppermint oil, you know, like.
Right.
Wait, why? Why peppermint oil?
I think that's toxic for dogs. There's a lot of essential oils that you have to be really careful around animals. A lot of flowers, you have to be very careful with tulips or lilies. I'm not tulips. Lilies around cats, it can cause renal failure.
Yeah, peppermint oil is not safe for dogs.
I think it kills roaches.
Yeah. I mean, citronella kills mosquitoes, right? It's like natural is dangerous.
Yeah.
Nature is a beast. Just because it's all natural doesn't mean you're going to react well to it.
Yep.
My PSA for
Amen.
today.
Amen. Well, it's like when people say like no chemicals. It's like, okay, well, you know that you're a chemical.
You're a chemical.
Bro, you're a fucking chemical. So
Chelsea, you know what a pleasure dom is?
No, dominatrix?
Oh, you're going to like this one. I know you're going to like this one.
What is it?
Pull it up.
Okay, so a pleasure dom is basically a guy, and his only desire and his job is to make you come over and over and over again. And so on TigerBelly, I had talked about, also on this show, I had talked about this one guy named Yini, and he's adult film star, and he's a pleasure dom. And so basically I was like, oh, I have a celebrity crush, and it's this guy. And
I thought this was a trolly ass comment, but peep this.
Oh no, I do have a celebrity crush, but maybe he's not a huge celebrity yet. He's like this guy, he's like a pleasure dom. His name is Yini. But he's like really hot to me.
I mean, you're just doing YouTubers now or what?
No.
I mean, I think when we fucking say celebrity, we mean like a movie star or something.
What the actual fuck? She is so attractive. Also, she wanted to like, you know, DM me on Instagram. You know, maybe she sees this. Hold up, I thought this was a...
There you go.
He's
Khalyla.
Have you boned him?
no,
Are you gonna?
he DM'd me on Instagram. I don't know what to say back.
What did he say? Can you tell us?
Yeah, here.
Oh. Wait, also, can you, like, what does he do? Like, is that his thing? Like, does
He's
he...
a porn star.
And he, like, gets off on...
Yeah. He just makes them come like hard over and over again.
But is he like that in real life? Or is that a
Well, we're going to find
work
out.
Yeah.
thing? Yeah. But what if you get all this hype up and you bone him and he just sticks it in and comes and leaves? Okay,
I
you know
mean,
what
maybe.
No, that's not happening.
It better not.
He says-
oh, he's hot.
He says the little crush is mutual. If you ever really wanted to have me on, or if you wanted to grab dinner sometime, I'm sure we could coordinate something.
Oh,
What'd you
my
say?
God.
I haven't said anything back.
I think he needs to be a guest on the
I think
show.
so too.
I agree.
I think
And then
we
go to
need
dinner
to...
that night.
Yeah.
Or just skip dinner. Just skip it.
I have a sweat mustache. That's how you know I'm really nervous.
I'm officially inviting him to guest on the show. You know where to find us. We want you. We want to bring you in here. We want to talk it out in
Yes.
person.
Yeah,
You gotta. Just sit back, relax. You can be the pillow princess. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, so I think he's a perfect guy to really push me into that pillow princess era. Because I imagine me like fighting back and him like just pushing me back down and telling me to do nothing,
Oh
to like
my
not move a
God.
muscle.
Oh my.
And I'm gonna resist, right? Like this is how I'm romanticizing it in my head.
Mm-hmm. That starts now. Message him back.
It's a little bit giving to me, like the vibes that you also want to be an inanimate object / dog. You want to like have someone just be like, sit, stay.
That's funny.
Yeah. Make me fight my own nature is the best way to like turn me on. Cause like just tell me no, I can't do it.
Yeah.
I think I'm about to come right now.
We have to take a break.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my
What are you nervous about?
I just like haven't been a single in a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And so
God, you got to keep us updated.
yeah, I will.
I want to know. I want to know.
What's the Karezza method for sex, Esther?
I don't know. Carlos, what is that?
I'm pulling it up right now. It's like when you embrace while fucking, I believe. It's like,
Wait,
It's
what?
like sensual.
It's basically not chasing the cum.
Ah. Not chasing the cum.
It's all about, it comes from the Italian word carezza, which means caress. And it's all about intimacy without orgasm as the goal.
Oh, that's a more eloquent way of putting
Like
it.
edging.
Yeah, well, it's more like the idea that sex isn't like orgasm isn't the point of two people coming together, like embracing, kissing, touching, feeling all of the sensations that comes with two warm bodies together. I kind of get that.
I do, but I'm skeptical. Like, was this invented by a guy who doesn't want to make a girl come? Like that, it's like feels a little lazy.
So are they not coming at all? Like when you get close, you're done. You stop.
No, you
Or
can
just,
come.
You
It's
come,
just
but you just enjoy the
right, because
Yeah.
there have been. I think if I can look back at my favorite sexual partner of my entire life, it was a guy who, like, we would just start fucking, but then we would just sometimes stop, and it'd be like, we'll finish later. But it was nice to just be close and fuck for this long. And be like,
Yeah,
"All right," and
this
come.
says if orgasming feels like it's the best thing to do in the moment, then great. Let whatever happen be okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Esther, I feel like you're not on board.
It's very vague.
I'm just skeptical. Like, I do understand it though. Like, obviously, there's times where it's just about like physical touch, but
You want a nut.
look.
Oh, yeah.
You want a nut. Yeah.
I think as a proud leader of the feminist sexual orgasm movement, I think it's my job to make sure that I don't leave a sexual experience without
Nut.
a nut.
A nut.
yeah.
I love
No,
calling
I
it a
get
nut.
that. I love coming too, but I think that I like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like anything. I like feeling horny. Feeling horny is my favorite feeling in the world. More so than feeling safe. Like feeling horny.
That's so funny. Like
hilarious.
that's so fucked up. Like, just take away safety and you might not think that.
Oh my god.
No, but I mean, just like even like that moment where you're like, ooh, I am a little bit horny. It's a great sensation, and that carries over into just making out with someone and edging. I love that because it's like a thing that builds. It's almost like the pressure. You don't feel that way?
Do you feel like if you had only just been horny and turned on, you would have been okay in the swimming pool with a lightning storm? Like that would have made it all right?
Rub one out, looking at the sky.
Safety would not matter.
Yeah. And I was a horny. I don't want to talk about me as a horny kid.
Did you hump your pillows?
I had two bears named Emno and Emny, and they would just.
Were they like discount Elmos? Why did they have those names?
I have no idea, but it was Emno and Emny. And they were just two teddy bears, and they were like, they would violently fuck.
Yeah.
Did you hump pillows?
I would hump pillows. I would hump my dolls. I would hump the furniture. When everyone was gone, I would fuck the whole house. I would hump everything. I'm not even kidding.
That was my OnlyFans idea. To hump pillows without my face.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
So we had this idea for Carlos where we think he should have sex with pillows, but different kinds of pillows, and
Yes.
see like a Target pillow versus a Marlowe pillow versus like a Four Seasons pillow,
Yeah.
right? Because I don't think all pillows are built the same.
No, definitely not.
And you talked about previously like liking humping pillows.
I mean, I come from the Chelsea school of masturbation for sure.
Yeah.
Wait,
house
what?
fucking.
You fucked a house?
No, I mean, I didn't go whole house. I just did pillows.
Pillows.
There was a
Pillows
girl
are great.
There was a girl in my Catholic school, an all-girls Catholic school, and she was like horned up all the time. And she got suspended because she started humping the edge of her chair because it was like a pointed chair. And she would just back up into it like
In class?
yeah.
I waited till I got home, man. In class.
In class.
Chelsea, thank you so much for coming today.
Oh my gosh, this was awesome, dude.
You are such a ray of sunshine.
Thank you.
We love you.
Thank you. I love
hope you,
y'all.
hope you come back
I
every
will.
time you're in town.
I will. Thank you for having me.
And maybe Paige can maybe come on the show someday.
Oh,
and
she
That'd
would
be
love
awesome.
that.
show us how to properly do fart art. Because
Dude, we're coming back
Mhm.
and you'll have to have her on and she will do live fart art for you guys.
Yes, please.
Serious.
Carlos is
Are you a big
very
fart guy,
excited.
Carlos?
That was just so funny
Please.
to me.
It's just funny to him. It's so funny. He's very energized today. We love that for you. We're
Thank
happy for
thank
you.
Be open-minded.
Oh, I just announced a tour. I'm going on tour. So come and see me. Tickets go on sale this week. So yeah, come see me on the road. And I have a podcast called Devour Podcast. And yeah.
And Chelsea, will you send us your new calendar?
Yes, I will. I should have brought some. I'm sorry. I will send them to you. I do a calendar every year. I don't know if you knew this. It is a topless calendar. And I do it in the Trailer Trash Tammy character. And they are hilarious. It's the number one thing I do each year. I mean, like this is like a big thing. Like I sell so many fucking titty calendars. And I will send each of y'all a titty calendar.
Thank you. That's all I want.
Wow,
You got
I'm really inspired today. You guys, thank you so much for listening. Check out Chelsea on tour and her podcast and her calendar. And we will see you next week, as always, the brand new episode of Trash Tuesday.
Bye, guys.